Hey, Viola Rules here, and welcome back to Bravely Second in Lair. So we're still continuing through the Vampire Castle. This should be the final floor, I hope, but there's a cutscene up ahead, so let's go ahead and activate that.
You mean Yoko?
Precisely. Locked in battle with the Plainswardens, my comrades.
Plains Watsons?
What are you even talking about?
Yeah, I'm confused too.
I suppose now is as good a time as any to explain. I am forbidden from divulging classified information, but I will tell you what I can. We Plainswardens are, as our name implies, the wardens of many and myriad planes of existence. That didn't quite clear things up? Allow me to elaborate. The tale would be best heard from Yoko herself, but this is one truth that fox won't be so generous about sharing. She spoke of a wish to change the world, yes? To make it a better place?
Yeah, she did.
She lies. She exists only to create chaos, and to revel in it.
Yeah, we've noticed.
She uses our guilt, our sins, real and perceived, to achieve her nefarious ends. Do not listen to her deceitful words. Growing as a human being is about more than dredging up old fears and traumas. After our encounter in Geyser Grotto, I contacted my superiors. Apparently, Yoko has been designated by our department as an S-rank malevolent spirit of concern. It would seem she's been lurking on this planet for 4.6 billion years, give or take.
Are you sure that information isn't classified?
Yeah, that sounds like classified information.
The point is, I intend to defeat her and close the book on her villainy. But I'll be needing your help to chase her down, my friends.
Of course! You can count on us!
But just look at you. A Plainswarden! Whatever that is, I guess you're moving up in the world.
And you'd expect any less from me? Now, let's go catch this fox by the tail. No matter what the cost, I must defeat her. Yes, I must, so that none need lose another of their loved ones again.
Okay then, we have an update for some reason. Oh, Greed's log. February 4th. So, this is the dying wish of our great forefather founder, with a cruel and unforgiving demand. Have brother fight brother and love the one who wins. The one who loses may swear himself to his brother's service, or else he may choose death. As long as the genealogical line continues, so too will these damning edicts of our ancient forefather. Fear the eye of the founder. He left behind him 100 precepts and family laws, but what he left in truth to his descendants was a coded truth. Certain symbols were carved into the walls of the genealogical family mausoleum. If you know them and you read the dying precepts of Founder, you can learn how it is that Founder gained his power and how the genealogical family has prospered and moved upward in such an unprecedented manner. And you would learn that many other heads of the family also came to know this truth, realizing the code and then deciphering it. These men decoded the analects and notes that have been left to us with the secret symbols in hand. Words repeating and arranged in certain orders, all to carry secret meanings. And they learned about that ancient shrine within the dense forest, about the qualifications one must bear to approach it. These secrets must never be spoken of, not even to one's own children. Only the one who has the wisdom to discover them and understand them on his or her own has the qualification. It was last month that I noticed these secrets for myself. And it was only mere days ago that I came to notice that there were codes within the analects and writings which could be deciphered using the symbols left in the mausoleum. And when I did, I found words written within mine own journal, a journal which is locked and bound with the key which only I possess. Fear the eye of the founder. Terrible excitement welled up within me even before the tremors began. I record it here now in hope of capturing even a fraction of that feeling. Year 5603 in the written history of Luxembourg, Third Anno Orthodoxia, June 1st. A marriage proposal has come to me, one I could never have anticipated. She is the daughter of the first pope, who parted from this life in March. Yet the church has also tasked me with a meaningless job, surveying an ancient shrine in a certain forest. Sent to investigate the shrine, I discovered a hidden path, and beyond it a sleeping yokai. The fresnoes adorning the tomb where the yokai slept told me all I need to know. I spoke to the pitiful creature, then left the shrine. September 15th. I gave a proper report just as the church desired, advocating that the ancient shrine should be protected and maintained, and so it was. The land which contains the forest and its ancient shrine is now under direct control of the church and has been marked as sacred land. Okay, here's another one. Oh my god. Wow, there are a lot of logs. March 15th. Upon returning from the ancient shrine, Founder was catapulted through the ranks, seizing one success after another. Despite the many exaggerated legends and falsehoods that his descendants have fabricated out of blind devotion to Founder, even the simple truth, as the tale put together by those who deciphered Founder's code in the mausoleum seemed to be, is enough to strain credulity. His rise through the ranks was no less than miraculous. Year 5620 in the written history of Luxembourg, 20 Anno Orthodoxia. The miraculous successes have gone on uninterrupted, and so Founder has become the head of his own house. He named his house Genealogia, and the church accepted this new lineage. Founder has now become a deacon for the church. Year 5625 in the written history of Luxembourg, 25 Anno Orthodoxia. Founder became a deacon in the Orthodoxy. In the same year, the ancient Order of the Crystal was reborn as Crystal Guard, and Founder himself became the first leader of the original 3 Cavaliers. He went on to aid Eisen in the south, the latest nation to join the Orthodoxy and to break the Great Pirate Alliance in the Sea of Corsairs. Year 5640 in the written history of Luxembourg, 40 Anno Orthodoxia. In his position as leader of the Crystal Guard, Founder helped the new Crystalist nation of Florum in the west in its efforts to repel foreign invaders, and he destroyed the invaders in the Land of Twilight. And in the same year he was named Cardinal, the highest rank available to him within the Orthodoxy. Founder was called the Shadow Pope and was feared by the people. He ordered repairs done to the 2 fortresses that tower over the northern half of Gathladio and constructed the Gate of Faith, making it the base of the Crystal Guard's operations. Then Founder constructed the Genealogia family mausoleum, recorded the family precepts, and closed his eyes for good. It was no sooner than I had decided to set out for the ancient shrine where Founder had found the key to his great success, that another warning arrived for me: fear the eye of the Founder. The plans which I had devised in secret for exploring that shrine were obscured with blood of unknown origin. What is it that I still lack? What is the eye of the Founder? 2376 Anno Orthodoxia, December 2nd. I have been able to decipher near all of the coded messages within the Founder's last testament. Founder learned the reason why the yokai had been sleeping in that ancient shrine for millennia, but it was not something that he could remedy himself. So he left it all up to his descendants to correct the situation and save the yokai from her fate. Founder decided that this eventual rescuer would be a redeeming man, one who would go to fulfill his promise at any cost. This man must have the vast wealth needed to support 1 million souls, great military strength enough to strike down 1,000 political foes, and technology advanced enough to grant 100 men 100-year lives. In truth, the main reason that those who deciphered the code in the past gave up on becoming this redeeming man was that this last requirement, which demanded both medical and technological advances. Some overestimated their own means and were warned by the eye of the Founder, just as I was. Others were simply co-signed to the dark obscurity of history. It has been over 20 years since I first discovered the existence of hidden messages in Founder's words, and the Orthodoxy has made significant advances in medicine. The yokai was first put to rest to contain the terrible plague. Can the medical facilities I have funded and supported control the plague at last? I have received no rebuke from the eye of the Founder for my query of the previous page. I have been recognized by Founder himself as worthy. As a result, I have set the Orthodoxy to work on locating the ancient shrine in the forest and requested that I be allowed to helm its exploration. But there are many who oppose my tyranny, and so permission for the expedition has not been forthcoming. If it appears that I will not be able to push past this trifling obstacle, then I truly do not have the right to name myself the Redeeming Man. 2379 Annual Orthodoxia, February 19th. I have my own reasons for deciphering Founder's secret codes and going to that shrine as the Redeeming Man. The first is, of course, a simple wish for fame, for achieving this great deed, to be spoken of in the same breath as Founder, to be upheld by my descendants as the greatest of patriarchs after him. That was my own trivial goal. However, when I deciphered the code and came upon the multitude of writings left behind by the other patriarchs of the ages, my feelings slowly came to change. What were the many gifts of power that Founder received from the yokai when it comes down to it? What is the fate which the yokai bestowed upon us all, the fate which allowed Founder to seize the position and power that he did, and which eluded the study of so many family heads before me? I was able to learn the answers to all of my questions only by deciphering Founder's codes. The burden which that yokai bore was to seal away within herself the seeds of the plague that might otherwise threaten all living things on Luxembourg. I find myself just as deeply impressed with this yokai's tragic resolve, which guaranteed no recompense for her eternal sleep as Founder himself was. I am the one who will go to repay this great debt which my ancestor incurred. I am the Redeeming Man. I will put an end to my ancestor's tragedy. This is what I believed beyond any doubt. 2379 Annual Orthodoxia, March 3rd. It all should have gone according to plan. It was the perfect trip with no need to call in on ports. We had the perfect medical team in place to provide care, and yet the reports pour in from all directions and all with the same message: the plague has returned. That huge storm, which none of us had predicted. The fleet was only in a port for a single night, and yet the country which was inflicted with the plague was the home of that holy exorcist. The plague came racing after the fleet, crossing with local diseases on all 3 continents and mutating with horrifying speed. And now, just as we pass the eternal vortex, a messenger comes direct from the Office of Public Health with a secret order from the Pope. The messenger and the Office of Public Health come to tell me that all of the plagues have arisen from the origin plague that I brought forth with me from the ancient shrine. They name it the Great Plague, and in their own dispassionate way, they made it clear that if Eternia were to fall to its cruel ravages, it would be difficult to ever gain control again over the devastation. The secret missive from the Pope was but a few lines. The fleet will not be allowed to port in Eternia. All those on the ship who might possibly spread the plague should be thrown overboard and let the sea take them. But merciless words we have from the one who would be known as the Merciful Man. Those infected with the plague can be distinguished by a star-shaped pattern that appears upon their pupils. That girl, her grandfather, and 80% of our fleet's crew all demonstrated such stars. I ordered that those exposed to the plague have their rations of drink poisoned, and then I set out for the ship the young girl rode upon. Afflicted with a high fever and wheezing painfully, the girl stared steadily at my tear-streaked face. I apologized to the innocent girl before me, to the ancient yokai within her, to Founder, who had always wished to save her. The girl nodded just once, and then closed her eyes without a word. And as I watched her ship go down into the cold waters, I screamed out, "I shall put an end to this foul plague!" There were no tears left in me. Eradicating the origin plague and the Great Plague, I would throw away my very reputation, my house's future, my own personal happiness for that purpose. To my sons and my sons' sons, I leave you this message. Blame me, hate me, and then lead the church and this world on to a path which will ultimately eradicate the plague that the Fox Girl so desperately wished to contain. To my sons, to all who come after me, fear the eye of the Founder, but do not fear failure. And that's it. Okay, so there's the only treasure chest on this floor. Oh, another safety ring. Oh, well, thank you. Oh, hey, the save point guy's over here. Oh, and so is the fox. Looks as though your friend's data has been updated. Okay, what did they give me now? And I will save my game and restart the emulator so it will stop doing that. Hey, Stega. Oh, thanks, Palbot, for nothing. It only gets worse from here on in. Yeah, I know. I want to save my game. Okay, I'm gonna restart the emulator at this point so it'll stop stalling like that. Okay, and I'm back. Okay, so I'm gonna use the Fox for a free heal. Actually, before I do that, see, everyone's health is pretty good. I'm going to run around here and get the last of the Guzzler entries that I need. Then I'll use the Fox for the cutscene. So I'll be back once I've done that. Okay, so I finally finished up all the bestiary entries for this area, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Fox to heal up, and also because of the cutscene as well, and then at the beginning of the next episode, I'll read the bestiary entries.
Scrumptious. My road has been a lonely one. It is comforting indeed to dine in the company of friends once more.
Here's your coffee, Sir Ringabel.
Thank you, my boy. Harina Mountain Blend. Ooh, these are fine beans indeed.
Oh, I think I'll clean up. Care to help, Magnolia?
Oh, of course. You keep rubbing your arm. Has your wound healed?
Oh, more or less.
So is that a no?
You've been watching over us. For all this time. You could have said something, you know. You could have told me it was you. Would it have killed you to come out and say, "Hey, Idia, I'm back"? Well, say it. Say it already!
I feel like it's awkward having Tiz here.
What are you waiting for?
You too, old friend?
Just say it, Ringabel.
Yes. I should have said it much earlier. To all of you. I'm back, my friends.
There. Was that so hard?
Good to have you back, Ringabel.
I should say something to Agnes, too.
She'd like that. I know she would.
You yourself. What are you doing there?
Oh, so it's not Alternus. Oh, what? I'm confused now.
Is in the bath. She asked me to take her calls. But then suddenly I had these bad stomach cramps and I had to run to the restroom. Yes, it was a close call.
We don't need to know that,
What am I
thanks.
saying? It's not important. What are you doing with Idia? Well, wait. That voice. From my dream. After the Kaiser attacked, I was gravely wounded, delirious. I could scarcely move. Fear not, I shall protect them, the Grand Marshal and Idia both. That voice was...
That's quite enough, friend. I'm not interested in your, or any man's, dreams. Moving on to matters of greater import. Did you say Agnes was in the bath?
Yes, what of it?
Oh, well, this is a matter of the utmost urgency. I repeat, must speak to Her Holiness at once. And don't
Why?
switch the camera off. To her side, quickly, man.
Really, ring a bell?
Camera? I don't understand.
Oh, I guess he doesn't know that we can see.
Shall I put
Yeah.
a muzzle on you, Ringabel?
Aha, forgive me. It was an innocent slip of the tongue.
Uh-huh, innocent, sure.
Tell us, Ringabel. After all that happened, did you find the world you were looking for?
Why, yes. Yes, I did.
Wait a minute. The chasm disappeared, right? So how'd you get here?
Now that's a long story.
I'd be interested in hearing it.
Oh, hello.
And hear it you shall, my fair lady. You see, I wanted nothing more than to protect my dear Idia here, and so...
Then why didn't you show your face? Why did you hide from me, you heartless pig?
Yo, whoa, let go! Idia, mercy!
Huh? You? What's the matter? The croissants! The ones I set aside for breakfast, they're gone!
Hydia probably ate them.
Hydia!
What? I didn't touch them.
And with that, let's get going.
Oh, it was ring a bell. Yeah, I got the feeling that we weren't going to hear that story, but anyway, I'll read the bestiary entries in the next episode, and then we'll fight Yoko. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, give this video a like. Also, be sure to like my Facebook page and follow me on Twitter, as well as support my Patreon, and check out my reaction channel. All those links will be in the description below. And subscribe for more. And if you are subscribed or a new subscriber right now, be sure to hit that bell icon so you get notified when I upload videos. This is Viola Rules, signing off. Talk to you later.